People are upgrading their amps in 2026, but most still don't know which ones actually make a real difference. Today I'm showing you the 7 stereo amplifiers that deliver insane clarity, real power, and zero fake hype. And trust me, the final pick changes everything. Hit subscribe, like, and drop a comment for what you want to see next on Interface Craft. Top 7 Best Stereo Amplifier 2026. Before you buy your next stereo amplifier in 2026, pause for just a second. Because the truth is, this year's amplifier market is completely different from anything we've seen before. Some amps that used to dominate are now falling behind, and a few new updated models are secretly outperforming gear that costs 2 or even 3 times more. And unless you know exactly what's changed, what matters, and what specs actually influence your sound, you could end up wasting hundreds of dollars without even realizing it. Today, I'm breaking down the top 7 best stereo amplifiers of 2026. Whether you want warmth, detail, power, or pure musical emotion, one of these amps is going to fit your setup perfectly. And I'm going to show you why, with real-world examples, simple explanations, and the kind of clarity you wish manufacturers actually gave you. So let's jump straight into number 1, because this list gets better and better the deeper we go. Number 7, Yamaha A-S1200 2026 edition. If you want that pure analog soul, that warm, rich, buttery sound that reminds you why people fall in love with hi-fi in the first place, the Yamaha A-S1200 2026 edition is one of the most emotionally satisfying amps you can put on your shelf. The first thing you notice is the personality. It's not just an amplifier, it's a vibe. The classic needles, the brushed aluminum face, the retro meets modern build. Everything feels premium. But the real magic is what happens when you actually turn it on. The A-S1200 brings this thick, fluid mid-range that makes vocals sound present, alive, and real. You'll hear breath, texture, and warmth in a way most digital-leaning amps just can't replicate. And a low end? Tight, controlled, not boomy. Yamaha tuned this amplifier to feel like a studio instrument, not a subwoofer party box. Pair it with warm speakers like Wharfdale or neutral speakers like KEF, and you instantly get that classic, emotional hi-fi tone people spend years chasing. But here's where it surprises you. For a vintage-style analog amp, the transient response is fast, snappy. When a kick drum hits, you feel the impact instantly. When strings rise, the detail floats right in front of you. Now here's the part most people don't know. The 2026 edition has an upgraded internal grounding path and a cleaner power stage. That means the background feels darker and quieter, the stereo image feels wider, and the overall clarity jumps noticeably compared to the previous versions. This is the amplifier you buy if you want music to feel human again, if you want warmth without losing detail, and if you want a piece of gear that looks like it belongs in a classic film scene. Number 6, Cambridge Audio CX-A-81 MKII 2026 Refresh. If the Yamaha A-S1200 is all about analog soul, the Cambridge Audio CX-A-81 MKII 2026 Refresh is all about precision, dynamics, and clean British power. This amplifier doesn't try to sound warm. It doesn't try to sound vintage. It goes for clarity, pure, sharp, revealing clarity. The kind that makes you hear details in your favorite tracks you've never noticed before. The 2026 Refresh includes an improved ESS Sabre DAC section, tighter real-world power delivery, and better cooling efficiency. That means you can push this amp harder, louder, and longer while getting cleaner sound than before. The low frequencies come through with punch and authority. The mids are clean and honest. The highs are detailed without being harsh, something Cambridge struggled with 10 years ago, but has completely mastered in the newer refreshes. You get transparency without fatigue, which is rare in this price range. Picture this. You play a live acoustic track. You hear finger slides, room reverb, micro details floating in the recording. It feels like a professionally tuned monitor system, but inside a stereo amp built for home listening. And here's the part that really makes the CX-A-81 MKII special. It's one of the best amplifiers from modern sources. TV, PC, streamer, console, everything connects cleanly thanks to the updated digital input stage. Even compressed streaming music sounds better because the DAC is doing so much work behind the scenes. If you want accuracy, detail, speed, and that modern studio clean sound, this might be your amplifier. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying the video. Number 5. Marantz Model 50, 2025-26. The moment you place the Marantz Model 50 on your shelf, something shifts. You don't even have to power it on to feel the difference. The brushed aluminum faceplate, the signature Marantz circular display, the subtle warmth of its design. It looks less like an amplifier and more like a luxury instrument built to last decades. But the real magic starts when you fire it up, because the Model 50 isn't about showing off numbers or drowning you in specs. It's about feel, emotion, texture, the kind of sound that makes you stop mid-song because you just noticed a detail you've never heard before, even in albums you've listened to for years. What makes the Model 50 so addictive is the way it blends refinement with impact. Marantz kept their traditional warm signature, but updated the internal architecture so everything feels cleaner, wider, more open than previous generations. Vocals rise out of the mix like they're standing in the room. Guitars stretch wider than your speakers physically are. Bass doesn't slam aggressively. Instead, it rolls in like a smooth wave with discipline and depth. If you're someone who cares about musicality more than pure loudness, this amp feels like it was built specifically for you. It doesn't just play music, it reveals it piece by piece like a slow, satisfying, cinematic reveal. And here's the part that really surprises people. The Model 50 handles both modern digital sources and old-school analog setups with equal class. Whether you're running a turntable through it, a DAC, or streaming from a high-resolution player, it never loses that immersive, human, warm energy. Many amps in this price range try to be neutral, but Marantz proudly keeps that emotional richness. This amp makes everything sound alive. But before you get too comfortable, here's something you should know. The Model 50 hides a performance jump that doesn't show up on paper. Most buyers don't realize it until they hear it side by side with a Cambridge, a Rotel, or a Denon. There's a depth and dimension to this amp that simply hits different. If you love sound that feels cinematic, soulful, and full-bodied, this might secretly be the best pick on the list. If you're enjoying the video so far, hold up. If you're enjoying this breakdown, smash that like button right now, hit subscribe so you don't miss any of our next epic tech drops, and drop a comment with your pick. I want to see which one you'd grab. And don't just scroll. Check out my other videos too, because every single one will level up your setup. Number 4. Denon PMA-1700NE 2026 Refresh. When you switch from the Marantz to the Denon PMA-1700NE, the vibe changes instantly. Marantz is the smooth storyteller. Denon is the clean, powerful precision machine. This amp hits with the confidence of a brand that has spent years perfecting the art of control power. The PMA-1700NE doesn't try to warm up your music or add extra flavor. Instead, it gives you the recording exactly as it is, raw, detailed, and pure. You feel the texture of every note, the grip of every bass line, the attack of every drum. It's an amplifier built for people who love clarity, speed, and authority. The 2026 Refresh upgraded the internal components, the DAC section, and even the shielding to reduce noise and distortion even further. The result is a sound that feels almost surgically clean, but never harsh. High frequencies sparkle without any sharp edges. Mids are honest and present. Bass is tight, fast, and punchy. No bloating, no smearing, just total control. It's the kind of amplifier that instantly exposes the strengths and weaknesses of your speakers. If you pair it with fast, detailed bookshelf speakers or towers, this amp becomes a monster of precision. Where this Denon really shines is versatility. Plug in a turntable, a gaming console, a TV, a DAC, or even high-resolution digital audio. The PMA-1700NE handles all of it without breaking a sweat. And Denon's advanced, high-current amplification means you get massive dynamic swings. Quiet moments are whisper light. Then suddenly the music explodes with energy without distortion or strain. It's the closest you get to studio-like transparency in a home amp, without spending ridiculous money. But here's the twist most people don't expect. Despite being a clean, analytical amplifier, the 1700NE never feels boring or cold. There's a subtle musicality underneath that keeps it enjoyable for long listening sessions. This is why audiophiles love it. It's not just technically correct, it's emotionally satisfying. And in the 2026 refresh, Denon pushed this even further, giving it a wider stage and a more refined top end. Before we go deeper into the next amplifier on the list, remember this. The PMA-1700NE is the amp you buy if you want absolute confidence. It never struggles, never distorts, never loses its grip. It's the cleanest punch per dollar machine in this lineup. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying the video so far. It keeps the channel growing. Number 3, NAD C399, Blue OS 2026 edition. If you've ever wondered what happens when raw amplifier strength meets modern digital intelligence, the NAD C399 is the answer. This thing doesn't just play your music, it steps into the room, grabs you by the shoulders, and says, "Sit down. Listen, this is how your music is supposed to sound." And the crazy part is, NAD somehow manages to deliver that level of authority without ever feeling harsh or fatiguing. The C399 has this ability to stay calm even when you push it. You can crank it, stress it, stack it with power-hungry speakers, and it never loses composure. Instead, it opens up wider, deeper, fuller. It feels almost alive. A big part of its magic is the hybrid digital amplifier stage. It's incredibly clean, incredibly controlled, and if you've ever owned older NAD models, you'll instantly notice that this new 2026 Blue OS version is even more stable, more dynamic, and noticeably quieter. Dark background, no grain, no haze, just pure, effortless sound. Then you add the updated Blue OS module, and suddenly you've got this insane combination of audiophile-grade amplification with one of the smartest multi-room, high-res, streaming ecosystems on the market. Tidal, Qobuz, MKII, AirPlay, the whole list. Everything feels seamless, like the amplifier was designed around your lifestyle instead of you adjusting to the amplifier. But here's the part that really shocks people. The C399 may look simple, but when you actually listen to it, the soundstage feels way bigger than the box sitting on your desk. The vocals step forward with real presence. Bass digs deep, but stays tight. Highs sparkle without slicing your ears. And if you pair this amplifier with a good set of floor standers, get ready. The room transforms. You'll hear details in songs you've listened to for years, but never actually noticed. This is the amplifier equivalent of putting on the correct glasses and finally seeing the world clearly. Now here's the twist. A lot of amps in this price range give you power, but no personality, or personality, but weak power. NAD gives you both. And that's why people who buy the C399 rarely upgrade. They just keep it for years. It's the type of amp that grows with your system, not one you outgrow. If you want future-proof power, audiophile clarity, and modern-day smart features in one combined brain, this is the point where your search stops. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying the video. Number 2, Rotel A14 MKII 2026 update. The Rotel A14 MKII hits you with a completely different vibe. Where NAD leans modern and digital smart, Rotel leans classic, warm, and beautifully honest. And the 2026 update pushes that signature even further. This is the amplifier you buy when you want your music to feel human again. There's texture in the mids. There's warmth in the vocals. There's this almost tube-like smoothness without losing the speed and accuracy of solid-state amplification. Rotel's engineers have spent decades perfecting that balance, and the A14 MKII proves they still take the craft seriously. The first thing you notice when you turn it on is the weight of the sound. Not boomy, not exaggerated, just a natural fullness that makes everything feel more musical. Acoustic guitars shimmer naturally. Jazz vocals melt into the room. Even basic Spotify streams sound better than they have any right to sound. And that's because Rotel always invests heavily in its power supply. Even in this mid-level price bracket, they're giving you beefy internal components that you normally find in higher-end amps. When your speakers ask for current, the A14 MKII doesn't hesitate. It delivers instantly. This is why Rotel amps always feel alive, energetic, and responsive. They move fast, but don't think it's just a warm, pretty-sounding amp. The 2026 update includes an improved DAC section that handles high-res audio beautifully. Details are sharper. Imaging is more precise. You get a wider stereo spread, meaning instruments don't just sit on top of each other. They float in their own space. People who love instrumental music, orchestral soundtracks, or live recordings are going to lose their minds with this one. The depth is real. The layering is real. Close your eyes and you'll feel the room around you shift. What makes the A14 MKII interesting is who it's perfect for. This is the amplifier for the listener who doesn't care about flashy features or overcomplicated menus. You want clean RCA inputs, strong amplification, reliable build quality, and a DAC that doesn't embarrass itself. Rotel gives you exactly that. It's straightforward, it's dependable, and it sounds way more expensive than it actually is. If you're building a music-first setup and you want something timeless that you'll love for the next decade, this one deserves to be on your desk or your rack. And the best part? Rotel amps age well. They don't go obsolete. They don't fall off in performance. They're built like tanks, and the A14 MKII continues that legacy. It's the definition of buy it once, enjoy it forever. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying the video. Number 1, Onkyo A-9150X 2026 revamp. There's always that one amplifier in every list that feels underrated. The one that quietly exists in the shadows while the big brands fight on the main stage. And in 2026, that underdog, the sleeper hit, is the Onkyo A-9150X. The moment you start reading the spec sheet, you realize this thing is engineered like a tank. But it doesn't show off, it doesn't brag, it doesn't scream. It just delivers. What makes this 2026 revamp special isn't just the power. It's the way Onkyo has tuned this amplifier to feel almost analog in a digital world. The sound comes out warm, textured, natural, and incredibly detailed without ever feeling sharp or fatiguing. You can sit with this amplifier for hours. You can listen late at night. You can pair it with brighter bookshelf speakers and still get a smooth, balanced tone. That's the beauty of this model. It adapts. You don't have to force match it with expensive gear. It just works. Now picture this. You're sitting at your desk or your listening room. You turn the volume knob slowly, and instead of hearing sound, you hear presence. Space. Instruments moving around you. Vocals floating right in the center like someone is sitting across the room. That's the A-9150X. It's not the loudest, not the flashiest, but it's one of the most comfortable, natural listening amplifiers of this entire lineup. In the details, you'll notice tiny things in songs you've heard for years. It's addictive, but here's where the twist comes in. Most amplifiers with this warm, analog-like character struggle with modern connectivity. The A-9150X doesn't. The 2026 revamp upgrades the internal DAC, tightens distortion control, and adds enough digital input flexibility to compete with amps twice its price. And when you factor in how outrageously affordable it is compared to the rest of this list, it hits you. This might be the best beginner to intermediate amplifier the entire year. A perfect starting point for serious home audio. The people who should buy this are simple. If you want real, emotional sound without draining your wallet, if you want a musical amplifier that feels alive, if you want a piece of equipment that won't become obsolete in a year, this is your match. And if you've never owned a true hi-fi amplifier before, the Onkyo A-9150X is the gateway drug that turns casual listeners into full-blown audio lovers. Final cinematic conclusion. So now that you've seen all 7 amplifiers, from the raw classic muscle of the Yamaha A-S1200 to the smooth, modern precision of Cambridge Audio to the emotional detail of Marantz, the clean power of Denon, the digital intelligence of NAD, the tight, balanced tuning of Rotel, and the warm, addictive analog style of Onkyo, it's time to zoom out for a second. Because here's the truth nobody says out loud. Choosing the right stereo amplifier doesn't start with specs. It starts with you, your ears, your room, your habits, your vision for the sound you want to live with every day. Do you want a clean, studio-grade listening experience where every instrument feels laser-placed? Then you already know Cambridge or the NAD is calling your name. Do you want emotion, warmth, musical depth, that feeling where vocals hit you like a live session in your living room? Marantz or Onkyo is built for that exact moment. Do you want raw power, heritage design, and the kind of dynamic slam that makes your speakers feel twice as big? Yamaha and Denon deliver it without hesitation. Do you want a perfect all-rounder that never disappoints, works with anything, and stays consistent no matter what you throw at it? Rotel's your safe, reliable, beautifully tuned middle ground. Every amplifier in this video wins at something different. Every one of them solves a real problem for real home audio setups. And the powerful thing is this: once you pick the right one, everything in your music library changes. Songs you've ignored for years suddenly become your new obsession. Movies sound cinematic. Games feel atmospheric. You start noticing reverb tails, tiny plucks of guitar strings, breaths in vocal recordings, space between instruments. You feel your room become part of the music. That's what a good amplifier does. It doesn't just make things loud, it makes things alive. And now you have 7 of the strongest, most realistic, most future-proof choices of 2026 sitting right in front of you. The only question left is, which one fits your world? Which one matches your energy, your speakers, your room, your style of listening? Tell me in the comments. Which amplifier would you take home today? And if you enjoyed this breakdown, if you learned something new, or if you simply want more deep dive audio guides like this, hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves great sound as much as you do. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, enjoy the music.